Okay, so welcome to our team call. We're super excited about this call because we are coming off of Summit, which is a really big deal. We had an amazing time, and we're really excited to share with all of you what our takeaways were. What we learned while we were there, and I'm going to start off with all of the announcements that we heard. And funny story, actually, I wasn't even out in the audience during all these announcements. I was stuck in a really hot tunnel waiting to walk out. But I, caught it from our team and, went through all of the summit recap stuff in our Coach Online office and made sure I had all the correct dates and everything. And some of them they went over in general session. So that was good. So I'm going to share my screen to go over all of that. And just a heads up, since we're all going to be sharing and we're all going to take only just a little bit of time, but I didn't want to rush through people either. So we are not going to do our power hour at the end because I'm pretty sure we're going to go over that first 30 minutes. So we will just do the team call portion of our call tonight. All right, so we are in August, which is Team Cup month. It's an exciting month and lots going on. But first, we need to celebrate those July life changers. So our life changers are those coaches who hit Success Club last month and earned Success Club points. So if you look here, we have Casey, Diana, and Terry who all hit Success Club 5 and above. And then we had quite a few people that earned some Success Club points. We have Sarah, Kelly, Kim, Nicole, Danielle, Heather, Lola, Melissa, Shannon, Cynthia, Meredith, Jennifer, Megan, and Andrew. So awesome job. Congratulations. I know some people on that list are first-time Success Club point earners, which is such an amazing feeling and such an amazing accomplishment. So congratulations. And overall, we were able to help 27 people, at least 27 people, get started on their health and fitness journey. So that's something to be excited about. So great job, all of you. Okay, as always, I have the dates to remember on our cover photo in our Team Fit and Focus page. So the first three have gone on or were tonight. Something important that I wanted to point out is August 6th, which is this Saturday and this weekend, because sometimes they're Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, is Super Saturday. So if you were at Summit, you still should be there. But if you were not at Summit, this is such a huge opportunity to get to a live event. I can't tell you enough about how much it makes a difference to be at an event with people, with other coaches, with your teammates. That just makes all the difference in the world. So if you look in the Coach Online office, you can find different locations and find locations near you. They are all over the United States and in Canada. So please look those up and check them out, and hopefully you can find one that is near you. We have next week, we have our free group, which is Core Galore. It's going to be 1 week. That is going to be utilizing Beachbody on demand. And it's a 7-day free group, but there's going to be 6 different workouts from T25, Masters Hammer and Chisel, Turbo Fire, and P90X, and one of Autumn's exclusives. So it's going to be a great way to expose people to Beachbody on demand and some of the workouts we have to offer while focusing all in on the core. And with some of the things that are coming up on Beachbody on demand, this is a great chance to get them that free trial and show them what it's all about. We also, as always, we have our 5-day Shakeology group. So this is just giving a ton of different recipes for Shakeology and sharing different ingredients and benefits of Shakeology throughout the week, just so people can really understand the value of it. And you can either provide samples for your challengers, or you can have them buy a super sampler on the Beachbody website. We have our country heat test group. So typically we usually have one challenge group going on a month that's kind of like a paid, so to speak, challenge group with challenge packs and following a Beachbody program. But because we have a new program coming out, well, that just came out, Country Heat, we will have this test group that'll be just for Country Heat challengers starting August 15th. We also have our coach opportunity call the 18th, and then September 5th, we will have our fall back to health and fitness. So that's just something to think about and think ahead for. And we have it's Team Cup month, and we have actually 30 coaches that are on a team. So awesome job to all of you that are on a team. I'm very proud of you for teaming up with other coaches on Team Fit and Focus to make this a really great month. Here are the challenge pack promotions. As you can see, there are a ton. We have Country Heat, Fix and Fix Extreme, PiYo, 22-minute hardcore, 3-day refresh, size, and Beachbody On Demand. Since Beachbody On Demand and 22-minute hardcore are already challenge packs that are 140, they are offering, I don't know what's going on. They are offering the portion fix. Okay, let's try this again. They're offering the portion fix containers with those challenge packs as well. And with 22-minute hardcore, you get the sandbag as well. So because there are so many, and I know we need prices for the United States and Canada, I put that FAQ there so you can check it out. So you might want to jot that down just so you see all the prices. But honestly, every single challenge pack on there is like the cheapest you can get a challenge pack. So when Carl said that this was going to be a blockbuster month on the Dynasty Surge, he was not kidding. All right, so this is pretty awesome. One of the announcements was that in the month of September, they are going to be, I don't know if you guys have heard people talk about the Diet Bet, which is like a website where people can put in money into a pot, and then you can do some type of like Biggest Loser challenge, and people can earn money for, you know, losing a certain amount of weight or inches or whatever kind of results that they're getting. Well, Beachbody is doing their own kind of diet bet, but as you can see, they're calling it the Beachbody Health Bet. And this is going to take place in September. It's September 5th through October 2nd. And this is going to be for the My Challenge Tracker. And so I think this is Carl Daikeler's way of getting us all on the My Challenge Tracker, because, you know, he obviously, a lot of people and all of us do our challenge groups through Facebook. So they have to be on the My Challenge Tracker app. They have to log 3 workouts and 5 Shakos with a picture per week. And in addition to the $1 million that's going to be added from Beachbody, there's going to be $5 added to the pot for every challenge pack that is purchased. So basically, if you have a challenger that purchases a challenge pack and gets in our September Fall Back into Health and Fitness challenge group that we'll do on the My Challenge Tracker app, if they log the 3 workouts and 5 Shakos for the 4 weeks, they earn money. It's easy as that. So it's just another incentive to get people to get started in our challenge group next month. So I think that's pretty cool. Also, there's going to be on Beachbody On Demand, like I mentioned, it's great to get people on Beachbody On Demand for that 30-day trial, because there's some things that are coming out. One of them is a cooking show with Autumn Calabrese and her brother that debuts on August 19th. So there's going to be, it sounds like there's going to be a cooking show that's going to be coming out once a week, and it should be on Fridays. But the FAQ is right there, $50.75 for you to check out all of the details. So obviously there are going to all be Fix approved meals, and there's going to be, if you listen to the National Wake Up Call, there's going to be a ton of different recipes, side dishes, even drinks and desserts and everything. So pretty awesome. Another announcement is that there's going to be the 3-week yoga retreat. This is coming in September to Beachbody On Demand. And this is meant to be a very basic yoga program to get people feel comfortable doing yoga and being able to take a class and feel comfortable doing it. I think I can I would be one of those people because yoga puts me totally out of my comfort zone. I'm not very good at it. But this is supposed to be a way that, I mean, you don't even have to, sometimes I'm doing PiYo right now and I did it before, but sometimes when I'm down on the ground and down dog or standing split or whatever they're called, see, I'm terrible at it. But I am wondering what the heck that she's telling me to do, and I have to lift my head up and look at the TV, and makes it difficult. But this is supposed to be super basic and simple, and really make you feel comfortable with yoga. So this is going to be only on Beachbody On Demand. And then Core de Force is coming out. I mean, these announcements keep getting better. As you can see, it says coming December 2016, but actually at Summit and on the FAQ, it's coming out November 1st. So that picture is wrong. But this is going to be a mixed martial arts program. And if you're not familiar with Joel and Jericho, they actually used to be in Pump with Les Mills. But Les Mills no longer has their programs with Beachbody. There used to be Pump and Combat, but now they are actually employees of Beachbody and created Core de Force, which is kind of almost like a spinoff from Combat. So this is going to be a mixed martial arts program. And some of us took Joel and Jericho's workout at Summit, and we were able to do it at workout with them on the cruise as well. And they are just awesome together. They just feed off of each other. So much positive energy. They're really great trainers. So I'm excited about this. And then I couldn't find any pictures for this, but it's really awesome. I don't know if any of you have tried on your phones to look up your Coach Online Office. It is a giant pain in the butt, but they are now going to be having an app for it. So it's going to be a new Coach mobile office. It's coming for all coaches on September 6th. I'm excited. I get to start checking it out next week and testing it out. So I will keep you guys posted on how it is. But this is definitely huge. It'll just be easy to check in on things. Sometimes it's not always easy to get to a computer if you need to check something. Okay, so these are the lovely ladies and my husband who went to Summit with us. We just had an amazing time, and we're really excited to share. We kind of split up. We picked some of the trainings and some of the general session workshops that we went to, and each of us are going to share something different about their training session and their takeaway, and just in general their takeaway from Summit. And we are going to start actually with my husband. So he is here. I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm going to let him sit in the seat, and he can, okay. So how about this? He's joining us for the call. This is a first, I will tell you, in the 3.5 years that that I've been in this business. He has never been on a call. So it's a big deal that he's on. So he's going to share his takeaways. I will tell you, this is his second summit. So he went to Vegas with me, the first summit, and then not last year, but then he went to Nashville. So go ahead, hon.
How's everyone doing?
They're all muted.
Okay.
But they can wave to you.
I mean, the big takeaway for me is, really seeing how supportive the company is and how they're committed to really giving the best products. I'm in sales and I work for a company, and, it's so much easier when you're going and you're talking to people and you have a legitimate product, something you can really, stand behind and, feel very confident in saying it is, the best product. I just was really impressed on, all the information that they had on the Shakeology, and how it's amazing to me how every summit they come out with like so much new stuff. So, I mean, they're obviously hard at work doing a lot of things to make sure that, you have all the resources you need when you talk to people to get them in the right program. I actually wrote notes.
You took notes.
And, the second thing kind of is as a spouse, because I'm kind of on the, not the outside, but, Michelle's kind of the one that does most of the work, is Summit really helped me see like the big picture and the possibilities It's, you hear about these people and their successes, but it's a whole other game when you actually see them and they talk about it and they show you their numbers and stuff. I mean, it makes it very attainable, because every person up there, has a story, and every person started at the same point. So it just kind of, it puts that into perspective how, it can be a reality. And that's pretty much it. I mean, the only thing, I just can't believe too how many, it just keeps growing. I think the last summit I was at had like 12 or 13 people. This one had 25 or 26.
12,000, 10,000, and this one had 25,000. So yeah, 15,000.
It's unbelievable, but that's pretty much it.
All right. Well, thanks. All right. He's gonna head out.
I'm gonna go do Pio.
Yeah, right. All right. Okay, so that was Rob. Okay, so I just kind of wrote your names down. Ashley, I was gonna hand it over to you next.
All right, sounds good. Hi guys. So my first big takeaway was, and I said this to I think Michelle when we were sitting at one of the workshops or one of the big sessions, and it was simply the fact that I didn't understand how big this company could be, and I didn't quite. Sorry, my dog just popped in, and I didn't quite understand the big picture with this company. So that to me was the first kind of big thing. And it was really remarkable being at Summit. I've been to some of the Super Saturdays. I do my best to stay on top of everything. But being there, being with 20,000, 25,000 other coaches, all at different stages and desires with this company was just, I'm still getting over it. But the session that really stuck out at me that I quickly want to talk about was with Summer Tucker and Brittany, I think I forgot her name, Leggett. Does that sound right? And their session was about finding your passion. And the one thing that Summer kept saying to me that really stuck out was, what is your true north? What is your true north? And I think that stuck out to me because I've been personally struggling the past couple months, kind of trying to figure out what is my first principle in life. Like, what do I really want out of life? So when she said, find your true north, find your path, what are you going towards? I think it really just resonated with my own personal journey that I'm on. And so it was like, boom, big picture just kind of opened up. Her big point was find 5 things that deserve your attention. Is it a mom? Is it a wife? Is it a coach? Whatever it is, a sister, whatever. Find your 5 priorities and make that your true north. And that's what you need to be guiding. That almost needs to be what's guiding your business. It's not about how many customers. It's not about how many clients. It's not about how many challenge packs. It's not about how many, Shakeologies you've sold. It's just find your priorities, find your true north, and put that out there. Focus on that. And if you do that, the other thing I kept saying all weekend was the Field of Dreams reference. If you build it, they will come. So to me, it was just a great way. I've never heard finding true north, and it just piggybacked off of my own personal stuff that I've got going on lately. So that was my big takeaway.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, Ashley, for sharing.
Yep.
Okay, how about Lisa next too? For those of you that don't know, she is actually still in Nashville. She just loves it so much. She does not want to leave. All kidding aside, she had car trouble and she handled it like a champ, and she literally is still there waiting for her car to get finished. So Lisa, take it away and talk about your girl, Shalene. You got to unmute yourself.
Got it. Okay. Can you hear me? Yes? Okay. Hi, everyone. This is the beautiful artwork in my hotel room. I love it. So I'm going to talk about my girl, Shalene. And if you weren't there with me But if you follow me on Facebook, you saw how excited I was. Well, that was a million times more in person than I can all tell you. I was nuts over Shalene, and every time she came on, I just freaked out. There were some tears over the fake Shalene because they totally faked us out at the PIO workout. Right, Ashley? Right, Amanda? Yeah. So I'm crying over this girl that I thought was Shalene. It wasn't even her. That's how much I love her. Anyway, so basically what she shared with us was she really wanted us to think about like what our story is, what the story that we've been telling ourselves our whole life is, and realize that maybe the story you've been telling yourself is from a kid's perspective and not a grown-up perspective. So she shared about in her life how her parents were serial entrepreneurs and they had a business that went under. And I think when she was like 12 or 13 years old, her dad sat her down and said that he was going to teach her a lesson in interest and making money and how you can use your money and earn interest if you let other people borrow it. So basically, her parents needed to borrow her money, and they were trying to teach her a lesson about interest. But what she took away from that was that she was only valuable and if she could help others build their wealth or give others money or provide wealth for others. And so basically she took that lesson from her life and applied it to everything else. And she worked really hard for whoever she was working for to help them build their wealth. But she had to realize later in life, like she was valuable in and of herself, and her story was valuable. And it wasn't just that she could provide other people wealth. Like she was enough. And what she provided people was happiness. And it didn't matter if she could build them wealth. But she burnt herself out doing that. And that was kind of a cautionary tale. So she really wanted people to take away that maybe the story we've been telling ourselves is from a kid's perspective and not a grown-up perspective. So maybe if you've been bullied in your life, like I was when I was a kid, and in middle school, these girls asked me to sit with them, and then they sat there and made fun of me to my face all year long, and I couldn't switch my seat at lunch because we had assigned seats for some reason. I don't know why. But anyway, I think that helped, like being accepted and being part of a group of friends and knowing that people are actually real and not fake at first. That's been the story that I've told myself. And she basically says that what you want to do is bring your story into how you relate to the products. And she really honed in every time she talked to us. She said, don't sell, tell your story. Tell your story and don't rush your story. Make sure that you are genuine. Make sure that you share your struggles with people because that's what people connect to. People connect to your story. They connect to your struggles. They want to feel something. They want to like you. They want to get to know you. And she really honed in on don't sell, share your stories. And then also let others who you've helped share their stories about how you have helped them. So she went in and talked about the infomercials and how most of the time you see people giving their testimonies about how the products work. You barely really see them on there. It's all people sharing their stories about how you helped them, because that's what people want to see. People want to see that other people trust you, that other people like you, and that you've helped other people. And that's kind of how we'll get people on board with us, and that they'll trust you. But she says, when you tell your story, make sure you tell it with your solution in it. So make sure that you tell this is where I was, and then this is how Beachbody helped me. This is how the products helped me. This is how my coach helped me. And then tell where you are now. So she basically, to sum it all up, said, don't sell, serve, and then share your story with a solution. And then you'll have people fall in love with you, just like we all love Shalene, because she serves.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Lisa. That was such a good summary of all of Shalene's speech that she gave for us, so thank you. Okay, up next, we have Amanda with talking about another general session. He was the keynote speaker, Gary Vee. So take it away, Amanda.
All right. Hi, guys. Can you hear me? Yes? No? Okay. So Gary Vaynerchuk, he wrote the book. He wrote multiple books. I haven't actually read any of them, so maybe you guys have. I know it's on our PD list. Jab, 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 right hook. So he came out and kind of told his story, and he is an entrepreneur, but he did not sugarcoat anything. He came out and told it like it is, and I feel like that is what made me relate to him the most. He kind of, was kicking you in the booty a little bit, like you need to just go out and work, like there's no excuse for anything. So a few kind of key things from what he was saying is that you need to capture the attention. So he kind of started in like the ground floor of like when AOL and the internet was first, kind of coming out and becoming a big thing, and using that before anybody else really got into it. And email, like when we all read emails, every single email that came through to us, he was out there sending emails about his wine company, and, he really got a lot of traction with that. Now, email is not really going to help us that much because we delete everything or it goes to a spam folder or whatever. So we really need to be up in the social media, things that are up and coming, even if we don't think they're going to go anywhere. Even if we don't think they're going to be here 5 years from now, he said, like, they're here now. So we need to utilize them to the best of our ability. So like Snapchat, he used that as an example, and I am not on Snapchat yet, which I will be this week once I just got home like 45 minutes before this call. So I will be on Snapchat, but I was that person that, I think it's for younger people, and I didn't want to get in on it. But he said, that's where our market is, and that's where we can connect to people. So it's really important that even though maybe we don't want to do it, we kind of have to do it if we want to grow our business that way. So we need to be really getting in on those platforms ahead of time. And social media is a big one right now because everybody's on their phone 24 hours a day, or at least, 16, not when they're sleeping. And then moving from there, you could have 1 million Instagram followers and still not be able to grow your business because the number of followers doesn't really mean anything if they're not quality followers. You need followers that actually care about what you're saying. So you need followers that are going to interact with you and actually care about your story and what you're kind of putting out there, the quality. So that was kind of big for me because I don't really have that many, I feel like I don't have as many Facebook friends as certain people, and I don't have as many Instagram followers, but the Instagram followers I have, we follow each other. So I feel like they are quality. So I'm not going to really focus on the quantity as much anymore. And with that being said, he said, you need to reply to every comment and every message you get on Facebook and on Instagram and Twitter, whatever the social media you're using. People will respond a lot better if you're actually connecting back with them. Don't ignore it. Make that part of the time you're spending on your business. Set aside time to actually take a few minutes and just say thank you, or just give a quick little message back to them. And with that on Facebook, it kind of goes, it kind of helps you as well, because if you respond to somebody that's commented, it then bumps your post up again in their friends' feeds and your friends' feeds. So, I mean, it really, then you're getting more traction anyway. So it really has, two things that go along with it. And then the last thing, he said we should be using Facebook ads. I know we're not selling, but if you're using them in the right way and getting a specific target audience, narrowing the age group down and the people that you actually think will connect with you the most, it can really be good for you. Those and Instagram influencers. So looking into that might be helpful if you're trying to gain traction in your market or the type of people that you want to draw to your page. So bottom line, you have to make time for your business to make it work, which is no surprise to any of us, but he really kind of threw it out there with a lot more colorful language than I just did. So make sure that you're actually setting aside time to work on it. Make sure you have dedicated time. It's not going to come easy, and he said, too bad that, Facebook changed their algorithm. We just have to work around it and use what we have. So that's what I got. Thank you.
Thank you, Amanda. I will honestly admit, like, I was talking to some of the girls that were in the car with me at the time, like, when people make comments, sometimes I'll make, like, a big, like, thank you to everyone, on the comment, but I was saying how I went through and said, thank you, thank you, thank you to, like, every single person, or, like, thank you so much, thank you for your comment, pink heart, purple heart. This is what I was talking about. But it's so true, like responding to each individual person. And like Amanda said, yeah, it bumps that post up more when you're putting those comments out. And then also I thought it was really funny when Gary said, when Amanda's talking about how you just basically have to work hard, he was talking about how people just cry about it. And I thought it was funny how he was like, because people aren't necessarily like doing the things that they need to do, and then they're just crying about it. He definitely used colorful language, but he definitely held back a lot. You could tell. Team Beachbody likes to keep it tasteful. All right, so how about Christine? You're up. Where are you?
Can everyone hear me? Can you guys hear me? Okay. So I'm having kind of a hard time hearing, so I just make sure I wasn't like talking to the screen. But okay, so nice to see all your faces again. I miss you guys already. So the people that I'm going to talk about were Brigitte Linford and Missy Reber, and their presentation was on developing team leaders. So I'm not going to lie, the thought of being a leader kind of freaks me out a little bit. Like having people rely on me to stay consistent and everything I ended up falling in and out. So it kind of puts a lot of pressure on me, but they kind of broke it down in a way that makes it feel a little more comfortable. The first thing that Brigitte actually suggested was reading the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. Michelle had actually suggested that to me a long time ago because she knew that I was kind of struggling in this area. And I'm not going to lie, I listened to it, but I think I'm definitely going to give it a re-listen and really hone in and take some good notes and everything because it was a very helpful book. So one of the quotes that I think it was Brigitte threw out there was, "A rising tide lifts all boats." And I really like this because it's so true. Like whenever your coaches see you being consistent, I feel like it motivates them to do the same. Like whenever I see all of your posts, no matter if I'm having a bad day or a bad week, I'm like, oh man, like I really need to get back into it. So I really think that is important to stay consistent, to set a good example for your coaches as well. Another quote that I loved was, I hope I don't butcher this, I think it's, "True leaders become great not because of their power, but for their ability to empower others," which I believe Michelle does for us all the time by asking people to do new coach calls, step up and lead different teams. I just feel like that's so important because it takes some of the pressure off of you as a coach, and then it also makes people feel good whenever you're kind of giving them the reins and they're taking over and building some confidence in that area. Another thing that I like that they said was to talk about the things that are keeping you in this business, and that attracts new coaches as well. So for me, like running challenge groups is kind of a jam. Like I just enjoy it. I like the interaction in challenge groups and seeing everybody succeed. You can talk about how much you love Shakeology, what it does for you, even like the money side, whatever it is for you that really keeps you in this business every day. It's important to portray that to other coaches. And then finally, the last quote that they said that stuck out to me was, "If you did all the things you don't feel like doing, you have all you ever wanted." And I don't know about everyone else, but there's some things in this business I just don't like doing. Well, this is one of them. But also inviting coaches is another. I have a really hard time just inviting in general, but my goal from now on is to make sure that I highlight that and look at that first thing in the morning and say, okay, today I'm going to invite this person, be a coach, and just make sure I get it over with. And from there, I feel like the rest of my tasks will be a lot easier. So, and just on a personal note about Summit, if you get the chance, I highly recommend that you watch all the trainings and general sessions because they're really great for all coaches. Like, it doesn't matter if you've been in the business for 10 years or you're a brand new coach. They really apply to all of us. And I think if you went into this kind of forgetting why you got into the business, you're going to remember. And if you didn't, you were like sleeping the whole time or something, because I can tell you're like high on positive vibes that are really there. So, okay, that's all I got.
Awesome. Thank you, Christine. Yeah, I posted to kind of feed off that a little bit, I posted the Gary Vee and Chalene YouTubes. I've been like kind of stalking YouTube to see if there's more recordings up yet. There hasn't been anything yet. So when I find them, or if anyone else finds them, like Jennifer Marshall had posted the live video from Amy Silverman. That was awesome. I was able to share that in the group. So if anyone finds anything, feel free to share it in our group. If you saw our pictures, which you probably did, holding hands, that was totally from the training that Christine just talked about, because if you saw my post recently, she like referenced Red Rover, the game Red Rover, and talked about linear leadership, like all walking together. And, you know, I actually posted in our team page too. So that is totally where that idea came from that training. So that's why we're holding hands in all of our pictures. Okay, Casey.
Can everyone hear me okay? Okay, great. Thanks. I had to switch from my computer because my internet connection wasn't very good and I was afraid I was going to cut out. Okay, so my training that I'm going to talk about was on how to become a top recruiter. So they talked about 5 different steps to becoming a top recruiter. The first one was through attraction marketing, and this one is really important. Essentially, for this, you want to do it through social media. And I think a good supplement to this is the Gary Vaynerchuk training. So definitely take a lot of feedback from that in terms of social media. But you want to be planting seeds. You want to be doing everything daily. You want to be consistent. They recommended picking a program and talking about your struggles so people can relate to you, and just really just being you. The second thing that they talked about is to determine like who you're coaching, and with that determine what approach you're going to take. And they actually use a personality test to do this, just to kind of get a feel for all the different personalities they have on their teams, and then they can know like where to plug different people in and basically how to manage different personalities. But I mean, I feel like you can kind of get a good feel for different personalities after you get to know your coaches better. Then the third thing they talked about was really just knowing people's paths. So, you know, are your coaches, do they want to be discount coaches? Do they want to be hobby coaches? Are they business building coaches? Are they working on your fitness goals? And just really knowing what your coach's goals are so you can properly work with them. And they also said that you'll be spending like 80% of your time with 10% of the team, and those are going to be your business builders. The fourth step was duplication. They said, you know, you want to keep things simple and easy and easily duplicatable. And that's really all that I had about that one. But just everything that you're doing, like it needs to be things that your coaches can easily duplicate down. And then the fifth step was recognition and really paying it forward. You want to pave the way and create a culture of positivity and reward. So you want to show up for people every day. You want to tell people that you believe in them and that they can do it. And you want to recognize them for like everything that they're doing, and you know, letting them know that you care about them. And that was all I had for that.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Grace.
Welcome.
Melissa. Well, Melissa's not there right now. How about we'll go to Megan? Or Melissa's back. Who wants to go first? You're both muted.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Okay. Well, first of all, I just have to say, you guys have to be there next year. I joined like last June, so like a week before Summit. So I was still kind of like, had no clue what this was all about. And I mean, you just got to go. You got to do whatever you can to make it happen, because it was just being just there, just surrounded by all these just amazing people and seeing all the different walks of life. It was just unbelievable. So I just highly encourage you to do whatever you can to make it happen and get there. But with that, so I am going to touch on the power of a success partner. And Danielle Natoni, which is the founder of Fit and Funky, you should definitely follow her, and Julie Voris did this group. And it really touched me because, first of all, I have to give a shout out to my success partner, Megan, who's actually on the call. It really hit home because without her, I would not be where I am right now. Like, seriously. And I mean that, Megan. So I wanted to kind of touch on a couple of things from the session, and then I kind of wanted to give you my personal story and experience with it, just to kind of, so maybe you can relate from like, a personal experience. So basically they were saying that, and I never really knew it like this, but your success partner is just someone to help you stay accountable, help you work towards your goals, get inspired, stay motivated, really just your other half in this business. And they were just saying that it doesn't necessarily have to be someone on your team, which I don't really know how that would work, but apparently it's very common to intermingle with teams. And you don't even have to really be the same rank. She said I wouldn't suggest a new coach versus, a star diamond, but as long as I think you have the same like goals in mind and you're working towards, similar things, that, that's the most important part. So just to kind of give you a little, history about my experience with this is, Michelle was just kind of sharing in the beginning when I first kind of started that, we have a coach on our team who lives in Georgia, and she's also a military spouse. And I really think that you guys should try to link up. And, we did kind of, I guess, communicate here and there. But it was, I guess, I don't even really remember when we really started like really talking serious, but I knew that I was ready to make this a business and really take it all out. And so I reached out to Megan and I said, hey, look, this is where I'm at. This is what I'm wanting. How do you feel? And she was like, oh yeah, let's do this. So it's kind of been history ever since. We really just, we try to do a weekly call, and we share, we're, constantly messaging each other, and it's just like, and I know we have this amazing team that we're all a part of, and all of us, I think, feel really comfortable, or hopefully are building that comfort level that we can reach out and ask questions and share advice and whatnot. But it's nice to have like, one person that's like your girl, that's just like, knows it all, the good, the bad, the ugly, and is just there for you no matter what. And, so I love you, girl, and I'm so proud of how you're doing. And I just highly encourage you all to kind of consider this if you're ready to kind of take your business to the next level. So that's it.
Awesome. Thank you. Everyone's like giving you guys lots of love in the chat, by the way, if you haven't checked it out. But seriously. So they're my Georgia girls. Like when we went to Summit, and because it's nice, because I'll like do calls with the two of them, and like Diana and Casey are another pair of success partners. Like I'll do calls with them. It's kind of nice because they're, like Melissa said, they're striving towards similar goals. They're working towards similar things, and so I've worked with Megan and Melissa a ton because they've been working so hard with their businesses, and you know, I do calls them all the time, but I never actually met them in person. So it was amazing to like hug them at Summit and to get to and honestly, it was the weirdest thing because I felt like I like have known them forever, even though we never actually met in person. But I referenced to Rob because Rob hears like all about you guys. And I'm like, this is Megan, this is Melissa. I'm like, they're my Georgia girls. And he's like, oh, okay. That's how he knows them. But okay, all right. Well, let's finish with our last Georgia girl, Megan. Right?
How am I supposed to follow that? I love you too. You had me at hey y'all. No, it is great. I encourage everybody to find a success partner, one that doesn't snore. Okay, find one of those.
Don't room with me next year.
No, so I'm going to talk about Shaun T and his amazing abs now. He really has like a 12-pack, not a 6-pack. It's amazing. But he had a pretty strong message, and I don't know, sometimes he's all over the place, but I'm just going to tell you what I took from it. He talked about the soundtrack of your life, and the girls are going to know what I'm going to talk about in a second. But he referenced a TV show and saying if in this TV show, these people have like this little device on their head that if somebody said, you know, I really killed my workout today, somebody could be like, well, put it on the TV, you know, like put that on the TV, show it to everybody that you really killed your workout. Like, are you all talk or did you really do it? So he just talked about the soundtrack of your life and like being truthful in how you portray yourself. Like, if you killed your workout, talk about that you killed your workout, but if you didn't, then talk about your struggles. So there's like a few key quotes that he said that I'm just going to reference to and then go from there. So he definitely said your strength comes from the struggle, which I think we've all witnessed that, and we've all lived through that. I mean, even if it's not in coaching, but just in life in general, I can say, you know, my husband being deployed was a struggle, but I came out stronger. You know, like just use those struggles and put them forward as your strength. He also said, if you know where you came from, it's easier to know where you're going. And Shaun T was pretty blunt and open about his past and where he came from. And I never knew it, but he really opened up and shared it, and he embraces it and he shares it with everybody. And it's just part of his life and who he is. So that was one thing that stood out to me besides his abs. It wasn't just his abs. And then he talked about trusting who you are. And what he had like 3 big, I should have put my pictures up here of his display. He had like 3 big words up there: truth, trust, and transparency. So, you know, be truthful, trust who you are. He talked about embracing your vulnerabilities more than your perfections. And it's kind of like what Chalene says, you know, like, I don't know, today I posted about how awful my workout was and how much I hated it and how the baby was sitting low, and I was just honest. And at the end I was like, I'm not going to put some cheerful quote because I don't feel cheerful today. And I got more responses from being like open and honest about how I felt than me just being like, baby was killing me today, but it's okay. You know, like I was just honest. And I have found when I'm more open, more people can relate to it, because how many people work out every day and feel, you know, like we do most of the time, but you want to reach those people that need you the most, that can relate to you. So he talked about that, and he talked about how we're constantly changing. So as you change, share that change and just be transparent with people. And I don't know. And then at the end he said, trust and believe. So I don't know. He was really powerful, and I don't know, I think take away from all of it just to be transparent and open and share your struggles as much as your strengths, because people appreciate that more. So that's what I got. And I have a cool success partner. I got to talk about her. And really, if you go to Summit, it's amazing. Like Melissa said, my first thing was just to see how everybody was so different. Like all the different coaches, it was awesome to see everybody. And can't wait to go when I'm not pregnant so I could keep up and I could have a beer with everybody. That would be so nice. Okay, that's all I have. There, boss.
Thank you so much for sharing with us. I think, so I gave all those announcements and everything, so I'm not, and pretty much all of the trainings were covered for the most part. But I think the biggest thing, so now this is my third summit. So Casey and I have been to all 3 summits together, and Christine was at the last summit with us too. But I just think for me, it is like, just, you guys have such a special place in my heart, whether you realize it or not, and to be able to see all of us together and just spending that time together was just huge. I mean, that was the most enjoyable part for me, and seeing you guys, not that I wasn't just as excited, I was just as excited, but because I had experienced it, I kind of knew what to expect and everything, but just to see how excited all of you were and to see your reactions and everything was just huge for me. And that just seeing our, like, my vision for our team is like this, like, look how many of us are on this call tonight, look how many of us were at summit together and how close we grew, and just helping each other. And like Christine said, from the developing team leaders, like really empowering each other and helping each other learn and grow, and doing this together, like truly holding hands and walking together. This isn't just me, this isn't just a couple of us, you know, that is just what I see for our team. And being able to experience that with so many of you at Summit, I just adore that. And that was my favorite part by far. So thank you for those of you that did go to Summit. I know it was not easy. And we totally missed Diana. Diana was supposed to be there, and with health complications, we really missed you there. But and how many of you are going to Summit next year? Yay! Okay, yeah. So I'm really excited. I've never been to New Orleans, so that will be awesome. So I'm really excited to get so many more of us there too. All right, so any questions before we head off the call? Any questions at all? Thank you so much for getting on live. Anything before we go?
Can we take a picture?
Did you take, no, yeah, I'll take a picture. I tried to while Rob was on here, and I think I messed up. I always forget on an Apple to screenshot. Control, Shift, Command, Spacebar. Let's try. Ready? Smile. Nope, that's not it. Hold on. Does anyone else have an Apple?
I think it's Shift Option 4. Or no.
3?
Never mind. That's the screen grab.
Shift, Command 3. I don't know. Let me try. Carrie, smile. Nope. Okay, hold on. Smile. Ah, what is it?
I think it's Shift Command 3. I think I just did it. Wait.
All right, ready? No, it's not working for mine. Here, I'm going to stop the recording while we do this.